Black Pumpkin is not great.
In hell, you little monster.
But it's also not bad. Well, it is bad, but for a director's first feature-length movie, I've seen a lot worse. The director was also in charge of the music, which honestly slaps like a mother. So there are some things to appreciate. So what's this movie all about then? If you came here to see a movie about an evil pumpkin that comes to life and eats people, you're in the wrong place. Black Pumpkin is about a little boy who went missing in 1998, and a conspiracy theorist links him to a series of murders that happened ever since, theorising that the little boy dresses up as a pumpkin on Halloween to murder people in revenge for being bullied about his bloody nose. Hence his nickname, Bloody Bobby. So if Bloody Bobby, a 10-year-old boy... sounds like an evil mascot for a tampon commercial. So if Bloody Bobby, a 10-year-old boy, went missing in 1998, and this movie came out in 2018, he should be about 30 years old. Oh, he's still a kid? That must mean he's all dead and gross by now. And we're no longer dealing with a little boy, we're dealing with a murderous zombie kid who died for reasons completely unrelated to pumpkins, but for some reason decided pumpkins would be his calling card. Well anyway, let's carry on with the movie. We start with a flashback to 2009, where a drunken sheriff is trying to nap, but some pesky troublemaker keeps knocking on his door. When he opens the door, he sees a pumpkin, which is more green than black, just sitting there being all spooky. Even spookier so, it looks like it's CGI in this shot, but for some reason not in the previous shot. I can think of a total 0 reasons as to why it would need to be CGI, and only CGI in this one shot. The mystery of Black Pumpkin intensifies. When the door knocks a third time, he gets stabbed in the eye hole by some form of stabby thing. His daughter then comes home through the back door, sees her dad has been pumpkin pied, and runs for her life out of the front door, where she gets shot by a shotgun trap. That's what you get for entering the house through the back door, you weirdo. Throughout this movie, we see the same adverts play on TV.
It's buttery goo zombie fun, chocolate covered excitement. Dr. Frank loves to shout it's alive! Yummy Halloween fun.
I looked this up and to my surprise, there's no such product as Dr. Frank's Ghoul Butter Zombie Bar. So I decided to make one myself. First, you melt down chocolate M&Ms with Milky Bar buttons, but save a few of these for later. Then pour the mix over the top of a Butterfinger and mush it together with your finger mushers until it looks like a gross monster finger, and also a gross monster toe because the Butterfinger broke apart in its packaging. Craft a ghoulish looking fingernail and toenail and place in the appropriate position. Then stick it in the freezer for about an hour. We've now turned this ordinary Butterfinger into a frightening Halloween treat, to be enjoyed by absolutely no one because it was a terrible idea for a snack. As it's Halloween, a little girl called Reagan plays a spooky prank on her older sister Laurie, but I'm going to call her Chipmunk because she walks around without any pants on, or trousers as we like to call them in the Queen's country. Chipmunk is being asked to babysit her sister for the next couple of nights, but she's all like, "Mom, it's Halloween, I've got plans with my school friends," even though I'm clearly in my mid-20s and I left school many years ago. Chipmunk's little brother is one of the main characters. We'll call him Alvin. Alvin and his friend are making a documentary on a haunted landmark called Diablo's Den. While Alvin's home editing some footage, his friend Porkchop is filming some more. That's not me giving him a mean name. This is his actual name in the movie. Lawrence Porkchop Chubbs. Jesus Christ. This is a kid we're dealing with and you give him that screen name. You might as well call him Fat Tits McMuffin. Make him really aware of his shape. Now, as I have the power of assigning new names, I'm going to right this wrong. You shall now be called SixPack of Krispy Kreme. While SixPack is filming, he gets chased by some local bullies who have a hard time keeping up with him. Not a surprise when one of them has terrible eyesight.
Oh, fuck, got away. No, he didn't. Come on.
Whoa, what an evasive maneuver. He cycled to the right slightly.
Oh, fuck, got away.
Their second problem is acceleration.
I'm hungry for a pork chop.
I love how these tyres screech to a halt at 10 miles an hour. This chase is intense. During this hot pursuit, SixPack takes cover outside of the home of the town conspiracy theorist, who comes outside to see what the fuss is all about.
I was hiding. I was at Diablo's Den.
Diablo's Den? What are you doing up there?
I was grabbing some establishing shots. I'm doing a documentary on Diablo's Den for school. See?
What was that rapid breathing all about? If that's not just your bad acting, I would call a doctor immediately about those heart palpitations. When he gets his breath back, he cycles to Alvin's house where the bullies catch up with him. And while these two senior year schoolboys lay into him, Chipmunk comes out to resolve the issue.
Lori, you live here?
And Pork Chop is a friend of my brother's.
Oh, will you just put some trousers on? For God's sake, you're making me do extra editing. For the start of the school day, she's finally dressed and she meets up with the fellow kids of the absolute same age. The bullies turn up and offer them a night of drinking, smoking pot around a bonfire, and being brutally murdered. Most of them reject the invite because drugs are for naughty boys and girls, but these two right here are prime candidates for low-budget horror movie murders, so they agree to go. Meanwhile in class, Alvin and SixPack present their movie to the class, a movie which they've uploaded to YouTube, and it's here that we see some very interesting things. Firstly, the teacher has somehow liked and disliked the video, something of which is actually impossible to do. They also only have 13 subscribers and yet have managed to accumulate 666,000 views in the first morning it was uploaded. What witchcraft is this? Now I want you to keep this 666,000 views in mind because the movie quickly forgets how many views this video has. We have this next scene where the view count is...
He uploaded a video and it's gotten like 66,000 views since this morning.
66,000 views.
And then the next scene...
Yeah, I don't know. They posted it today and it already has 66,000 views.
No, it doesn't.
No, I'm serious.
No. There's no way in hell that little shit.
Okay, wait, I was wrong. It actually has 100,000 views now.
How does a video lose
560,679
views? Later at night, the teens are having their campfire fun times, but oh no, they're in Diablo's Den, the home of Bloody Bobby. Two of the teens are having a tickle fight inside a van when the girl, who managed to lose her clothes in this fight, has to leave to go home in time for her curfew. Now the boy is all alone, he's vulnerable to all sorts of horror movie happenings, like an axe in the head for example. The next morning at breakfast, Chipmunk walks into the kitchen in just her knickers, because of course.
Oh, yeah.
She then slides her sweaty arse cheeks onto the kitchen counter where food is prepared. What are you doing? You're 30 years old. You should know better. The only reason I'm showing you this scene is because the mother says this.
Anyway, you guys are not to eat any of the candy from trick-or-treating tonight till I get home and check it.
So you just know that's going to be a thing that happens later. The older teens start dressing up for Halloween. I bet you guys are so scared right now. The first one gets strangled by some Christmas lights. Wow, she's putting up a heck of a fight, but she's no match for the strength of this small boy. That moment where you use your friend's professional headshot photo for their phone contact. We then see Chipmunk getting ready for Halloween too. Yeah, I bet her house is going to be real popular with the trick-or-treaters looking like that. Just look at that ghost, it's terrifying. You'd be a fool to skip past this house. She opens the door and oh my god, it's Bloody Bobby. Oh no, what's going to happen? Is that a knife he's holding? Oh, she closed the door on him. The next knock at her door is her boyfriend. And I think he's knocking on two kinds of doors tonight, if you know what I'm saying. Hey, do you want to hear the most unconvincing scream in movie history?
I don't know, I don't see him.
Hey! But I believe you're in terrible danger.
I blame the director for A, not telling her where to look, and B, for not doing another take. Bless her. The reason why Reagan is quote unquote screaming is the creepy conspiracy guy has been stalking them the whole night, as he wants to warn them about the return of Bloody Bobby. Lock and load, boys, we got a kid to kill. Bloody Bobby got to the conspiracy theorist neighbour first, so he's all like, whoa, whoa, I've for some reason lost all bodily control. Don't worry, he'll be back in a minute. The kids now await their turn for Bloody Bobby to come knocking. And oh look, they're eating the made up zombie candy bar thing. Yeah, I really should have used this as a template for what I made. The movie then takes a quick break to make fun of the fat kid again.
You hungry? I could eat. Of course you can. I was thinking about throwing in a frozen pizza. You got any ranch? What? I like to have ranch with my pizza. Yeah, about 3/4 of a bottle. Big or little? I don't know, normal? Okay, yeah, that should be enough.
Do you get it? The fat kid doesn't just want to dip his pizza in the ranch, he wants to drown his pizza in ranch. Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you, fat boy? I hope this script has made you feel like garbage.
I know, but your sister is hot. She has that sweet apple bottom.
Does everything have to be food with you?
Well, thank God the power went out. We can move our focus from this kid's BMI to the plot. So, Bloody Bobby has snuck into the house, and we start our final showdown. SixPack gets his hand cut, and the script goes back to calling him fat again. All jokes aside, I do seriously hope this kid hasn't been affected by this movie. If you're somehow listening to this, I want you to know that you are better than this movie. I mean, your acting isn't better.
Hey!
But you as a person, you're absolutely a tier above it. And don't let the experience of being involved in it drag you down. Anyway, Chipmunk and her boyfriend turn up to deal with the Bobby situation, while the boys hide out in a van. The boyfriend gets a slowly falling garage door to the knee, so he's trapped now. All he can do is wait for the lawnmower. Oh, the brutality. If only we had time to run over and help. Just as a side note, I noticed Alvin is saying something here, but they didn't include the audio for him. For some reason, they took out his dialogue in the editing process. Bobby then ties up Chipmunk with some more lights and paints a nice little pumpkin pattern on her face. Oh, bless him. He only wants to be involved in the Halloween festivities. Conspiracy guy runs in to help but gets stabbed. And then Bobby turns his knife to Chipmunk's cheek, where he gently grazes the surface of her skin. When SixPack turns up to save the day with a few pop-pop gunshots, everyone thinks it's all over. So they leave Conspiracy Guy to finish off the job.
In hell, you little monster.
But the clock hasn't quite struck midnight yet, so he still has time for one last killing. On the next Halloween, SixPack is eating more zombie candy, but he forgot one important rule from earlier.
Anyway, you guys are not to eat any of the candy from trick-or-treating tonight till I get home and check it.
Always check your candy before blindly swallowing it by the fistful. Otherwise, you're gonna accidentally put a whole razor blade in your mouth. Of course. All in all, you're probably wondering why I bothered to make a video about this movie. Well, I go by one rule when I'm selecting my movies. If I wasn't bored watching it, I won't be bored when I'm talking about it. And when it comes to Black Pumpkin, there's little chunks of goodness within this strange tasting candy bar of a movie. And I, for one, was willing to take the risk, wolfing this movie down my gullet like a mindless hog.